Hello everybody. Today I've got a really special deck for you, and yes, it is exactly what the title says. There are 42 lands. Why 42? You know the answer. Actually, the idea of 42 lands is based on the infamous Legacy deck, and in that deck it was much easier to take advantage of all of the lands, but here I still decided to try that and see whether the amazing lands that we've got here in Old School 93-94 can help us to brew something more or less viable. And spoiler alert, yes, this deck can win, but it's not going to be easy, and the stars should align in a spectacular manner for us to be able to take advantage of all of these things. But let us just take a look at them and see how they work. So first of all, let's talk about the lands. And first of all, you can notice that there are all duals that have green. So there is a playset for each of those cards. So there is Savannah, there is Tropical Island, which is definitely highly desirable here. So as you will see, we don't have white. So Savannah is here. I actually don't know why. I maybe should rethink that. Maybe I should just replace it with forests. But anyway, so there is Bayou as well. There is Taiga. And speaking of forests, yes, there are 3 forests, and we will come back to it later, to the question why forests specifically out of all basic lands. Next, we've got Library. So Library, of course, is a highly desirable card in all decks, and here this is not an exception. Mishra's Factory is one of the few cards that can let us win, actually, and they will definitely deliver, and you will also see some kind of neat combos, tricks, and ways to make them stronger that we've got in this deck. Next, we have got Mazes of Ith. Also, it is not unusual to play 4 Mazes of Ith in some decks, but here we definitely can do that. And this is one of the ways to protect us, especially in early stages of the game. And speaking of early stages, there is also Desert, which is really nice, against those Savannah lines, Pump Knights. And yes, there is this very big drawback that it can only be activated after you have received that combat damage, but still, very frequently it will save you. And you should remember that it is not limited to 1 desert, so we can deal 2 damage with 2 deserts, 3 damage with 3 deserts and such, so that's actually pretty powerful. So Karakas is here to bounce the odd legends. Quite rarely it is possible that we can see them in our opponent's deck, but there is also one absolutely mind-blowing combo which I will show you with Karakas. It's not easy to pull off, but once you do that, you will remember it for the rest of your Magic playing history, and so will your opponent. Next, we've got Island of Wak-Wak. So this is basically the 5th Maze of Ith, but as you know, there is also a small advantage over Maze of Ith, is that number 1, it doesn't untap the creature, and number 2, it can also be used on your opponent's blocking flying creatures. Next, we have got Strip Mine, the ubiquitous Strip Mine. This is, of course, the Atlantic deck, basically. And we cannot have 4 Strip Mines, but you can imagine how amazing that would be. Next, we have got Tabernacle, the infamous Tabernacle card. Incredibly rare and expensive. Sadly, this is only the Italian Legends, but still quite impressive, as you understand. And this is one of the ways to hold our opponent. Would be better to have more copies perhaps, but at the same time it's legendary, so if we manage to find it, then it's nice. And again, there is this very nice combo which we'll talk about a bit later. Then there is Arena. So Arena is the book promo card, as you know, and it's quite a weird one, and if you have played it, then you will understand that there are actually quite a lot of ways to use it to your advantage. So it says choose one of your opponent's creatures I mean, choose one of your creatures and have your opponent choose one of their creatures. Both creatures become tapped. Your creature does its power damage. So basically they fight, okay? But what's interesting is that you don't have to choose a creature that is untapped. So you can attack, for example, and then choose a creature, and your opponent will also have to tap their creature. So, you know, or maybe after the attack, you can basically tap your opponent's creature even if they don't kill each other. So there are quite many ways to work with this stuff, and as you will see, as we get more creatures and lands, essentially we'll be able to get rid of our opponent's creatures that have some annoying abilities, for instance. So there is that. There is also one copy of Pendelhaven. So sometimes our creatures can be 1/1, but I expect it to be quite rare. But if it happens, then we do have one odd Pendelhaven card, why not? Then we've got Cities of Brass. This is because it's not very easy to make sure that the mana we've got is of the correct color. Of course, it's not always nice to use Cities of Brass, but still, it's one of the things you can technically do. Next, we have got the non-lands, right? So as you understand, 42 lands, it leaves us with only 18 cards that are non-lands, and you know, it's a little bit arbitrary, but I wanted to make sure that I do play 42 lands, no more and no less. So yeah, the first two cards here will be the draw 7 cards. There is of course the wheel, and Time Twister, right? So I think they're equally good here because we don't plan to remove anything from the game. We don't plan to do anything special here. So yeah, just draw 7 cards. And the plan here, of course, is to get out as many lands as we can and then use this draw 7 cards. So next we have got Orcish Oriflame. So Orcish Oriflame, I stopped on 3 copies. I've been thinking about it, maybe still will go back to 4, but again, I absolutely love this card. It's amazing here. So having these attackers, these creatures, these living lands specifically that have 1 or 2 extra power is really good. Then, since it's a combo deck essentially, we have got Demonic Tutor as a way to find the combo piece that we are looking for. Next we have got Time Walk, always a nice card, and again, if we have got a whole army of lands, then why not swing, you know, twice? So Time Walk definitely helps. So how can we get this army of lands? This is the most important card, and without this card I wouldn't probably even start building this deck. So, you know, in the original Legacy 42 land deck you had Exploration, but here we have got Fastbond. So Fastbond, as you understand, yes, it does deal you 1 damage, but you can play as many lands as you want, and 1 damage for every land beyond the first that you play in a single turn. So how cool is that? You get, I don't know, let's say 5 lands. So turn 1 you play Fastbond, then you play 4 lands, and you have got 4 damage. That's okay, but then maybe you have draw 7, and this is insanely good. So we will definitely see it in action. And may I just mention how I love this art by Mark Poole. I have said it already on this channel, but isn't it just amazing? Because it's got it all. It's got it all, really. The colors, you've got the landscape, you've got the perspective here, you've got the magical attire of this wizard, the orb here, the staff. I don't know, this is just pure fantasy. It's somewhat maybe naive and innocent, but it's exactly from those, you know, fairy tales that you read, and I absolutely love it. It's amazing. So next we have got Regrowth as a utility card, because you can definitely be sure that your opponent will try to destroy some of your cards. And next we have got 2 similar yet actually very different cards. if we look at them, so number one, there is living lands, and it says all forests become 1/1 creatures, and yeah, basically this is just a reminder text that they count as lands, and okay, they do have summoning sickness essentially. And this one is pretty much the same, except that it's the enchant world, because it's from Legends, of course, so it's a really game-changing thing, and I love those screaming trees over here. And it says that all lands become 1/1 creatures, so not only forests. So that's quite important, because here, as you see, I'm counting on forests because I have got, what, 23 forests. But if I'm playing this, and again, mono green is not really prevalent in old school, so you can pretty safely say that you most likely will not encounter a deck that has more forests than you usually, right? And if you play this one, then your opponent's lands will also become creatures, but again, we have got 42 lands, and this is almost double of what an average Magic old school deck has, if we talk about lands. So this is what we count on. And next we have got Mirror Universe, because yeah, this deck is of course very fragile. Mirror Universe is very often not going to save us, but who knows, because maybe we're going to play a ton of different lands, then we're going to just lose a lot of life to Fastbond, and then again, in the perfect world, we will be able to cast it, resolve it, and be able to activate it on the next turn, and then kill our opponent, of course, while having 3 Orcish Oriflames. Again, this will not likely happen, but still, it would be good to see something similar. And finally, again, I would add more than 1 copy if I had it, but here is 1 Candelabra of Tawnos, and it says untap X separate lands. So what can we do with it? There are a lot of nice things you can do. So don't forget, for example, that you can even use it with library. So essentially you have got 7 cards in hand, you activate it, but you shouldn't let this ability resolve. Then you use the Candelabra to untap it, and then it checks that you have 7 cards. You still have 7 cards in your hand, so even that is possible. And I'm not even mentioning, you know, using such things as Maze of Faith, for example, using Island of Wak-Wak, and untapping just a lot of your opponent's creatures. So this is very good by default. And in addition to that, which is very nice, you can boost Mishras to incredible sizes, right? Because you will be able to untap your Mishras, you attack, untap, you can even untap the attacking Mishra and the self-pump, so a lot of stuff can happen here. And finally, the combo I wanted to mention is of course this one. So here is this combo, the combo with 3 cards, so again, not easy to pull off at all. But I had actually never heard of this combo, and I was wondering whether it's something that had been discovered back in the day, and I was told that essentially yes, but again, it's a very unlikely thing to happen. So here are your 3, you know, legendary things, so 3 cards from Legends, okay? And again, I'm wondering whether the creators of the game knew about it or not, but okay, let me tell you what happens here. So number 1, you play Tabernacle, right? Then you play Karakas, or let's just say, okay, you have both of them in play, doesn't matter. And then you cast this. So what does it say? It says that all lands become creatures. So this is a creature and this is a creature, still legendary, which is quite important, right? And then you will be able to activate Karakas on the Tabernacle. So you see what it means to your opponent? It means that your opponent will have to use that on their creatures and lands also become creatures. So essentially your opponent will have to be paying for all of the lands they have got. And, you know, it's going to be happening until they have no creatures or no land. So, you know what I mean by that? I simply mean that most likely they will only be left with lands, and these lands will always be tapped because they will be paying for the upkeep costs. But it's not going to concern you, because at the end of the turn, you are going to bounce this glorious tabernacle to your hand, and your opponent will have to be paying the upkeep costs, but you will not have to do that. So you will bounce it, and this effect no longer applies, and then you play it again, and you can repeat that ad nauseum. So there it is. I'm not sure whether we're going to see this in the games that I've got for you today, because I haven't played them yet, but this is definitely a nice combo. So there it is, once again, 42 lands. Let's just jump to the games and see this deck in action. So the first deck I'm going to play against is going to be the Lion Deep deck that, you know, I use as a kind of a benchmark. This is definitely not an easy deck to play against, so I'm going to keep this hand, well, at least because I can cast the cards and we've got Mishra, so, you know, it's not ideal, but I think that's alright. And nothing from our opponent, and look, we've got living lands, so slowly but surely, okay, I should have cast City of Brass, of course, should have played it. Slowly but surely we can start developing the board. And yeah, here is Desert, but what I will do is just cast this. And I think there is nothing that's... well, there is actually, because if we cast Living Lands, we'll be able to kill one of our lands. Don't really want this to happen. And next turn I can technically use Pendelhaven. Oh, I don't know, it's a little bit too slow, but that's fine, that's fine. I mean, he's not going to attack us with Javelineers, and we've got 7 Alliance. Nothing to be afraid of, really, also because we've got deserts. So, okay, let's do that. So, let's play Living Lands, and yes, I will use this for 1 damage, but you know, 1 damage is worth saving the land, which he's probably going to ping. Let's see. Yes, of course, you silly, you are going to ping this. You know, it's like an opponent that doesn't read cards, and this does happen, of course. Okay, so Psyblast to Tiger. Yeah, I think I can live with that. And now we have got Desert. So you see, this is how it works. We can technically use Living Plain, but then all of the lands would be living lands. So I'm not sure whether that would have been a good idea. Okay, let's just pass. And here he is not going to attack at all, just passing to us. So we've got Bayou. And you know, they're not incredibly strong for now. And here is the Dib. But we really don't care. We actually like the Dib. We like the Dib because we've got Maze of Ith. And this is just 1 damage each turn to our opponent. Which, again, as I have said, I do not mind. And 1 more Mishra. So, okay, you want to kill Tropical Island. So yeah, unfortunately I can only use Pendelhaven once, so that would still, you know, if I had Pendelhaven and Candelabra, then it would have been nice, because with Candelabra I would be able to untap it twice and essentially give it +2/+4, but alas. Okay, anyway, it's dead. So, okay, 2 guys attacking here. Definitely untap this one, and I think it's time for us to see Desert in action. So here we should be very careful, because only end of combat this is possible to do. So, you know, because it says here deal 1 damage to an attacking creature after it deals its damage, so I wasn't really sure what it would be. So this essentially is end of combat phase. So yeah, let's get this damage even without the pump, right? And here is our revenge for that. And he played 1 more order, and again, that's fine by me. So getting 1 more Mishra, so our army of Mishras is actually quite impressive now. So we can pump for 4, right? Or another thing we can do is that we can attack with all of these Mishras, and then we can use Maze of Ith, and actually pump. Okay. You know, I'm not going to think about that too much now. So, okay, same attackers essentially. But I think that now we can actually... Okay, only 2. Or maybe first strike and the bolt. Well, I'm not sure. I think this one is done without any doubt, but as for the others... Well, I think we can just kill it like this again. Shouldn't bother too much about that. All right, so we've got the combo, don't we? Yeah, we do have the combo. We do have Karakas. Next turn we cast Tabernacle, and then we cast Living Plane. Amazing. All right. So let's just hope it doesn't get disrupted in any way. Okay. And here's this one. And now, here is the combo. So we play Tabernacle. Let's just make sure that it works. Let's just make sure that it works. Okay, here's Tabernacle. Here is Living Plane. And I will tap the mana manually, just in case. Okay, here it is. So all of these are lands now. Are they? Well, yes, they are. They are. I mean, here I don't actually know what we can do here, because, you know, on mobile you can look at the picture. Okay, legendary creature. Oh, okay, here's what we can do. Yeah. So we can switch between the log and this one. So yeah, here we see that it is legendary creature land. It is counted correctly. You even can see the summoning sickness on it. So it works as intended. All right then. So, you know, it's really smart of me to play Karakas first and then Tabernacle, because, you know, if you do it the opposite way, things would be very, very, very wrong, and you wouldn't be able to tap Karakas to return this. But okay, anyhow, beware the ultimate combo. So here is what our opponent decided to do. Sacrifice this. Okay, you see, it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare for our opponent, essentially. Does he attack? No. So here is second main phase. And I'm going to simply return target legendary creature, because yes, it is a legendary creature, to my hand. And we have got no upkeep whatsoever. So we can safely attack with all of these. I can even use Fastbond, go a little bit crazy here. And this will give us 1 tiger, but okay. Probably don't need that. Okay, let's just use this. Attack. So Alpha Strike, but not exactly, because of course I'm not attacking with Karakas. And of course our opponent is going down to 4. Okay, so it's a complete lock, unless our opponent has mocks. So now I'm just going to bounce this, and now I'm going to win. So, you know, it's quite a rare occurrence, but we did win using this absolutely insane combo. There's, you know, very, very hard lock. And let's see if we can get as lucky in the second game. Probably not. But again, AI, of course, did make a couple of mistakes. Well, a couple, of course, is a term that I use sparingly here. And we have got the Javelineers, the Lion. Probably should have played Desert. Okay, he's already afraid of the Mishra. It's not that I would trade with Mishra, to be honest with you. I wouldn't trade Mishra for Lions. And okay, it's pretty slow. It's pretty slow, which is a good news for us. This is good news, definitely. And now I think I can start playing the Oriflames. Okay, Oriflame is gone. This was me being greedy a little bit. So Fastbond. Should we try Fastbond? We can get the second Oriflame from the graveyard. It doesn't look like a card you should bet on, but on the other hand, maybe it's okay. Okay. What am I doing here? Don't ask me. But in reality, I'm just hoping to get powerful Mishras when they attack. And okay, here it is. So now Mishra is actually going to be 4-2, even without the pump. Okay. Still going to pass. And we've got Chaos Orb. So let's see. Chaos Orb, card turnover, Chaos Orb value. Landed on the Oriflame. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So I can live without one of the Oriflames. And now, so yeah, since my card is going to be 3-2, I think I can attack. And why don't we use Arena, actually? Because 3-2, no card is going to beat us. On the other hand, he can pump, I mean, he can ping Javelineers. Okay, wait. But when can we do that? We can do this during our opponent's turn, probably. Maybe end of turn. Yeah, okay, let's do it during our opponent's end of turn. Unless he wants to attack. Okay, Desert, it's an interesting choice. Okay, second main phase, nothing. End of turn. Okay, so let's do that. So we activate Mishra. We pump Mishra. We pump Mishra again. So it's a 4-4. And then we select this creature, pay the 3 mana, and fights with lions. And the lions actually die. Isn't it good? I think that's a great synergy we've got. Okay, Psyblast. Whoa, 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 whoa. Please don't kill me with the bolt. That would be really, really pitiful. And, okay, what can we do here? Well, we can, of course, block. And if we activate the Arena, he can just choose this, and now it's not going to work. Okay, so make sure to activate Mishra before the blockers are declared. Yes, of course I will block. I thought it's going to, cost me the Mishra because the opponent would just smash it with Bolt or something. But there is no reason to hold the Bolt, right? Okay, no, it was just a silly move from our opponent. And okay, actually, I think it's time to start attacking. Because we're going to attack for 6 now. We've got Maze of Ith. So it's very dangerous because Maze of Ith might get destroyed, but then we would still be attacked only for 1. And again, our opponent does have a lot of removal, which is a pity because, I mean, not only removal, but direct damage. So there is at least Lightning Bolt and Psyblast, and even Disintegrate and Fireball as far as I'm aware. So we have to go fast. Otherwise, we risk not making it at all. So yeah, attack for 6. Which is pretty good. Okay, Maze of Ith. And actually, I think I can do that. 1. This costs 3, right? Yeah. Again, have to be sure that we don't tap the City of Brass. Okay. So let's fight. Let's fight, actually. And 1-1 against 2-2. Who would win? It's a good question. Okay. So there is a Mishra. There is a Mishra. It's not to worry, really. Because our Mishra is bigger than your Mishra. So how are we going to do that? There are a couple of things we can do. So number one, we can attack with both, then untap this with Maze of Ith. But this wouldn't solve the problem of the Mishra existing. And 3/3. Okay, attacking with one of them, then tapping, then fighting. Oh yes, okay, let's think about that. Right, so I think this would work. All right, again, remember, it doesn't have to be untapped. So I can declare attackers. I can already pump it. It would be 3/3. Okay, declare attackers. Yes, I declare this attacker. Is he going to activate? Is he going to activate? No? Okay. So then we pump. All right then. So I just hope that Maze of Ith is here with us. Okay, Oriflame is destroyed. Mishra is activated. Oh yeah, here is what we're going to do. Mishra is activated, but oh no, then I won't be able to pump it. All right, I don't want to trade really. Okay, have to think like that. All right, so here's the island of Wak-Wak. Pretty useless now. Pretty useless. All right, so we don't have the Oriflame. Activate. Then we pump. Then we declare the attacker. Is he going to block? No, okay. Oh, he's going to block. Okay. But wait, our guy is 3/3, and this guy is also 3/3. Okay, so we'll just trade like this, I think. Well, okay, was just silly of our opponent. Our opponent was just being silly, didn't pump in response. And, you know, I think we won. Again, thanks to our opponent's silliness and misplace, but we still won. And I think we can play one more game, not one more match. So what's really brutal against us? Maybe Black Winnie. You know, so that you don't think that I'm a genius or anything. Because again, it's mostly AI being stupid. And okay, so Demonic Tutor. Can we get anything nice out of it? Okay, so there's a Fastbond, a ton of lands. Oh, there is no blue. There is no blue. Why did I do that? I don't know. It's just fun. It's just fun to use Fastbond, you know. Okay, Dark Ritual, and here's Singular Vampire. But it's actually not to worry too much because Maze of Ith is here. It's with us, and actually we shouldn't worry about this either. All right, now the good question would be, can we wait until we've got this? Okay, I don't really know. Let's just use Time Walk. And here we have got Bayou. So this is still only 5, not 6. But let's get Time Walk again. And use it. Probabilities of getting a land are very high. And of course we did get a land. So here's 6 mana. Okay, so Mirror Universe it is. Okay, Bad Moon. 12. But remember, by damaging us, you're actually damaging yourself in some way. Your future self, so to say. 7. Very, very close. And again, of course, there's never a reason to play the second Fastbond. I mean, there could be a reason if you think that this might get destroyed, but, well, you definitely don't want to pay 2 mana. 2 life for an extra land. Okay, so there's going to be 5. This will get us down to 2. Still worth it, I think. Wait, here's Drain Life. For how much? Okay, 4. Now that's dangerously close. So now I will have to untap. Play Tropical. Okay, untapping again. One more Singir. Oh, what are we going to do? It's not good at all. Not good at all. Okay, we will use Mirror Universe now. This will just buy us a couple of turns. And it's not that we're going to win soon. Okay, this can help a little bit. Whoa, look at that. Look at that. So, okay, we must do some math here. So, okay, first of all, we've got Orcish Oriflame. So I actually think we might have won now. But it also depends on what our opponent drew. Okay, so again, the biggest question is, what's going to net us more lands, right? What's going to net us more lands? And that's why, as I have told you during the deck tech video, the Living Lands card is not exactly the same as Living Plane, and you must choose what to play. It really depends. Because, okay, our opponent has got 5 lands, and we have got only 2 non-forest lands. If we count these, 1, 2, 3, we will have 5 non-forest lands, but our opponent will have 5 swamps. Of course, with Orcish Oriflame. Okay, so yeah, I think it's better to play Living Lands. So, you know, without a doubt, it is better to play Living Lands. So now we're going to get hit for 10, which is bad, but not that terrible. So, okay, we do this. Then we play a Forest, get 1 damage for that. We play Mishra because, wait, Mishra? Mishra will cost us 1. This is -2 power, and this is +2. Okay, so it doesn't make sense. Okay, let's just cast Living Lands. And our opponent will not be able to do anything here, I'm sure. Ooh, not attacking, are we? Okay. You know, scared, really scared of our lands. And the pitiful Hypnotic and Dargradus and Order and Black Knight. Wait, okay, that's actually more creatures than I thought. Are they going to save him? Okay. The trick is to have 2 more creatures than our opponent does. So we have got, yeah, we're good, we're good. They've got 6 creatures, and we have got 8, which is exactly what we need, because each of our forests is going to swing for 2. So you see the power of Orcish Oriflame, right? Okay, perfect, perfect. So I think this is a perfect demonstration of what this deck is capable of, and this is exactly what we wanted to do. And okay, let's play the last game. If you are still watching, then you know, kudos to you. Really happy that you're watching this, because this game is really unusual. This deck is really, really fun to play. And okay, so Hypnotic. How to make our opponents hypnotic? Not very useful. Well, it's not that we're going to, you know, make it completely useless, because we'll still discard a card. But okay, let's go like this. Okay, Fastbond. Got Factory. We've got Pendelhaven. We've got City of Brass. We've got Candelabra. And then our opponent will discard either Living Play or Living Lands. You know, it's a gamble. Would it be better if he discarded Living Lands and we would have Living Play next turn? But, you know, can't complain, because it's a pretty good start. Because we've got the Candelabra, we've got Big Mishra. Okay. So, right, we've got the Living Lands, which is the best outcome here. So, Maze of Ith is not bad at all. And here are Living Plane, not Living Lands, of course. All right then, so the little drawback is that I cannot use it for now. And yeah, it's going to be pretty painful, but for now things are going to be much easier for us, I hope. Time Twister and the lands for blocking, eh? Let's try that. Okay, lands for blocking. One land for blocking. Regrowth. Maybe next turn. You know, I'd really like to get Mirror Universe now. It's quite a conundrum. I don't know really what would be better. Okay, I think he will attack without thinking really too much. Okay, so untap this. And untap this for the second one. Still we're dangerously low on life. We're dangerously low on life. We only got 4. Okay. It's not explosive enough, unfortunately. It's not explosive enough. So Time Twister, yes, we can do that technically. I don't know, Wheel of Fortune. Have to be very careful, very conservative now with what we do. Actually, this is more or less playable because, you know, in the mobile version, it would start freezing as soon as it has so many choices, so many decisions. Okay, so technically can pump 4-1. We don't want that because we can be 4-4 max. But, you know, the good news is that we are not dead because we will untap this, untap those, so nothing really happens. Prevent all combo damage. Here's one more hypnotic, which isn't great at all. All right. So should we try Wheel of Fortune now? What would it do actually? Okay, I'm just curious. And okay, nothing good came out of it. I was hoping for Demonic Tutor or for Mirror Universe, but that's probably really a bad decision. That's going to cost me a lot. We didn't get any extra maze or even Island of Wak-Wak, so yeah, it was a gamble. I shouldn't have done it. Bad Moon. Okay, so let's just count here. We have got 1, 2. Yeah, the question is, there is only one question really, and that is, are we dead this turn or next? So again, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lands attacking. And okay, if we untap these guys, then we would still get 5, 6, 7 damage. Well, okay, gotta do the best we can, really. But this best, you know, isn't too good, to be honest with you. So not enough mana, unfortunately. Now we can block. Can we block? We can't even block with Mishra. I mean, Mishra is going to be only 1-1. So that's terrible, actually. But we will pump it to 2-3. Okay. So declare blockers. Declare blockers. Like this. Oh, no, wait. It has got one more, actually. So that will not save us. like this, and like this. Wait, are we still alive? We are still alive, right? So we got 1 life, right? Okay, pump like this. Yeah, we've got 1 life, hooray. So we untap with all of these. Can't really play extra lands using Fastbond. So yeah, it was... I don't know really. Was it a bad decision that I made? I'm not sure. But okay, I think we're still alive, right? We'll be able to use this twice. But it's still dangerously, dangerously low. Okay. So let's see. Still cannot... No, I can use it, but I cannot pump. So, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So this. Then this. These are the flyers. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 non-flyers. Okay, time to block. So this one is pretty useless because it just takes our life. When it's tapped, we're not going to use it in any case. Number 1 like this, number 2 like this, number 3 like this, and number 4 like this. Okay, terrible, terrible casualties here. But again, we're still alive. And there is a Black Knight. And there is one more Black Knight. Okay. But yeah, this time this is it. This time this is it. So we're definitely going to lose because we're out of creatures. And should we play the last game now? I think that's enough. You have seen enough. So thank you for watching. This an incredibly lucky couple of games that I played. And if you have tried to build anything similar, please let me know because it's very, very interesting archetype that is very niche. But I really, really would like to make it work in old school, and I would like to see how you would have improved it. So thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.